Bryttani Graddick is an HR leadership career coach and the CEO of Talented Teams Consulting LLC, where she empowers HR professionals to grow their careers with purpose. From unpaid intern to chief administration officer in the credit union industry, she brings real-world experience leading HR and training functions at the executive level. A SHRM instructor and lifelong learner, Bryttani is passionate about helping HR leaders build skills that drive greater impact, influence, and income. Join me as Bryttani teaches us how to keep the main thing, and how all things are possible with God. Welcome to She Leads Boldly, the podcast for faith-driven women navigating high-stakes leadership without compromising what matters most. I am Sharika Sanders, your host, mentor, and kingdom business leader. Here, we embrace bold leadership rooted in purpose, not pressure. This space is for the woman who refuses to choose between faith and ambition, family and fulfillment, impact and rest. Each week, you'll hear powerful conversations, practical strategies, and spirit-led wisdom to help you advocate for yourself, lead with integrity, and rise without burnout. If you're ready to lead boldly, live faithfully, and never settle for less than what God has promised, you're in the right place. Thank you so much, Bryttani, for blessing me again, I'll say, because you've blessed us with your presence on a prior platform. And so I was so very excited when you accepted the invite to join us today, because I already know this will be a time to be had.
I'm looking forward to it, Sharika. Thank you for the invite.
Absolutely. So you said something that we so often forget, but it's very pivotal and something we definitely need to always be conscious and aware of. And that was, there is no space in life that's too small for God to show up and show out. Don't put limits on God. He can bless you wherever you are.
Absolutely. Story of my life. Yes.
We forget. It doesn't matter. There are so many things that we have gone through, big things, and we're quick to go to God with the big things. But then when it's the little things, and little things can be, let me give you all an example. One day, I wanted some, now to say it out loud, I feel silly. But anyway, I wanted some Jamaican food. There's a place not too far from my house, and I found out they have a lunch special, and I really wanted some Jamaican food. Well, I know I needed to be sitting down, eating what was here in this house and not spending the money to go to get it, even if it was a lunch special. But I wanted it. And I was like, Lord, I would really love to have me some Jamaican food today. And so and what did I say? And this is another thing too, something I stopped doing. But I'll get to that because I would love to hear your feedback on this. But I was like, Lord, I really love to have some Jamaican food today. So if you could just make sure that I have the money for that without having to touch then I would be so grateful. Thank you so much. I mean, that's how we talk sometimes.
Yeah.
And I was sitting here and I don't know what I was doing or what, I don't even remember how I came about, but I found $20. And I was like, my Jamaican food. And I didn't have to touch any. And so it was something so small, but I know who my father is. And I know he likes to give me the things of my heart. And one of the things I stopped doing, which I would love to get your opinion on, I stopped saying, Lord, I would love to have this, or I would like this, and if it's within your will. And something that I've recently learned is, I know we're king's kids, we're heirs to the throne, but we often say that if it's within your will, kind of like, just, if you don't mind, if you could, like the person begs on the street, if you have an extra $5, that you can pass to us. But how much love and care, and just how many times have you thought in your heart for the people that you love and that your children, your family, your loved ones, friends, that if I could give them a certain thing, I would.
Yes. And there's nothing that's too insignificant. There's nothing too small for God. There's nothing too big for God. It reminds me 2 Sundays ago, my our middle child, so she is 8 now, going on 8. And so she came to me after church and she had this little baby doll's cap. So it's a little cap and it had one of her favorite rocks and then like some dollars and some change.
Mm-hmm.
And so she handed it to me. And then she was like, Mommy, I want to give this to you. And I was like, why are you giving this to me, Skylar? And she's like, well, I just want to thank you for all that you do. It's just a little bit. It's just, I just want to give you just some of my dollars and just to repay you for all that you do for me. And
Oh.
I was like, Skylar, I was like, and I had to put her little token down. And I was like, listen, you cannot repay me and I cannot repay you for the gift that you are. And and just like, I was like, you know how much you love me? You know how much I love you? Just imagine that's just
Mm-hmm.
a little bit
Mm-hmm.
about how God loves you. A little. We can't even imagine how much God loves.
Mm-hmm.
And so I say all that to say, just like you said before, like God wants us to have what we want. He wants to have the desires of our heart. He wants our hearts to align with what He wants us to have as well. But
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing too small. There's nothing too big for Him to handle.
The kingdom of heaven is not depleted by a demand.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's
He does
good.
not have a pot and it's all right. Once this pot is done, that's it. No more
Mm-hmm.
blessings. Like
Mm-hmm.
he wants to give us he gives us the desires of our heart. So sometimes we seem to forget that. He gives us the desires of our heart. And
Mm-hmm.
that was something I struggle with because I'm I want I like nice cars. And so I'm like, oh, I think I need another car. And I'm like thinking about the different types and what I want next and all of this different stuff. And then I was like, there was this part of me that's like, you know, don't be greedy, Sharika. And then and I was like, Lord, I'm not trying to be greedy. And then finally it was like a click, a shift. And I was like, wait a minute, why is that being greedy? To ask God
Mm-hmm.
for the desires that He's giving you the desires and then to ask Him for the thing. And why is it being greedy just to want nice things? Where in the Bible does it says to show you're faithful to God, you need to be living in poverty, a day late and a dollar short, just broke down, busted, like all of this stuff. Why wouldn't He want you to have nice things? And who said it was being greedy?
Right.
And yeah, and sometimes
Right.
we so like there's this thing, and I hear more people on the other side of that now. I used to always hear people say, you don't need all that, or I don't have to have all that. Yes, you do. Yes,
Right.
I
Right.
do.
Because that in your hand will be different than that in somebody else's hand. What are you going to do with that once you get it? And I
See,
think that makes a difference.
see, oh my gosh. Absolutely. Absolutely, it does because He blesses us to bless others.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
He blesses
Yes.
us to bless others. So He's going to give you that blessing. He's going to give you that overflow. Think about the different people who have had their much and who have blessed you. And it doesn't always have to be monetary. It could be
Mm-hmm.
in their time, in their efforts, in their love, in
Mm-hmm.
different things that people have blessed you with in their much because He's given to them. And so why wouldn't He give to you so that you can continue to pay it forward, as they say?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why I truly believe like there's no place that you can be where God can't reach you. No,
Yeah.
no place you can be where God can't reach you. Professionally, when I say story of my life, especially story of my professional life, I started my career as an unpaid intern. And
Mm.
today I am a chief. And by me getting promoted all these times, I now have the opportunity to influence and position other people to know so that their lives are better and they can come alongside and they can grow their career and they can reach senior leadership level and they can reach management level. They can be developed, they can be supported in during a time where in the past that kind of mentality wasn't there. So again, we're put in positions so that we can continue to allow God to get the glory.
Absolutely. And just so you all hear what Brittany does now. So if you need, but but you're right. Because sometimes too, we get stuck on one side or the other. So there's this part that's, I don't feel like I should charge for my time. And God has blessed me with this talent. And who am I to charge other people to He's blessed you with this gift. Yes. And if you were giving it to an organization, you still expect to get paid every 2 weeks, every, twice a month, monthly, whatever it is. You still expect to get paid for using that gift with them. So why would it not be the same in other areas? Now, yes, he's called us to give and to serve, but not to your detriment.
Right, right. Everything has a balance. Everything has perspective.
Yeah. And maybe in the beginning, when you were interning, that was your time to
Yeah.
serve. That was your time to be poured into. That was your
Mhm.
time to learn. So although you may not have had the monetary compensation that you desired, you received so much more. And with that much more, you were able to get to a point of bringing in the monetary more and more and more as you elevated over the years. And I think that gets us as mothers, as business owners, just as women, honestly, we give a lot
Mhm.
just because, and I don't want to say just
Mhm.
because, but just because. Whether
Yes,
it's in
yeah.
our family, our friends, and it doesn't like whatever in these relationships that we hold with other people, we give, we give, we give. And sometimes we find it hard to receive. But like like we were saying, you were blessed to bless other people. So how do you know somebody else wasn't blessed to bless you, but you're denying it? You're denying your blessing from God. You're pushing back your blessing from God because I don't want to be greedy, or I don't want, I don't want them to think whatever.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And what I see often more than that, I see people thinking, okay, well, when I get XYZ, then I'll be blessed.
Mm-hmm.
Fill in the blank, whether it's when I
Mm-hmm.
move, when I
Mm-hmm.
become a mother, when I get married, when I get divorced,
Yeah.
all these conditions. It's like we serve an unconditional God. Why are we putting all these conditions and trying to fit him into a box?
Yep.
Like just let him be God.
Yeah. Because what we don't realize is when we're doing that, number one, we're not showing faith.
That's
Because we should celebrate, we should have joy, we should thank him even before it comes, because that is an act of faith that is showing our trust in who we truly believe in, him as our source.
it.
So that in itself is a major one. But also what it does, blessing in the, because sometimes we, like you said, we wait for the big things, but there are so many different small things and small areas that God tends to bless us. Even like you're running late going somewhere and you get there and
Mm.
realize everybody else was running late too, and now you're the first one there.
Yes.
Or right on time
Yes.
or whatever. Those are blessings. Those are acts where God is holding you up, where he's listening, where you may be like, oh my gosh, I don't want. That was actually
Yes.
just recently happened to me. I had a meeting and I'm the president of the volleyball booster board at my daughter's school. And we were having a board meeting. And I live very close because we're all in the same area because, all our kids go to the school. So I live probably 10 minutes from the VP's house when we were meeting at that day. And I sat around and sat around and sat around because I'm like, it's only 10 minutes. I wasn't doing anything. There's no reason why I couldn't have gotten up and been there when I needed to be there, but I just didn't. And so when I finally got up and got ready to go, there was what is it? There's a four-way stop near my house. Cars lined up. Like we're waiting
Mm.
forever just to get. And I was like, uh-oh. And so I ended up being, I think it said my ETA was, I think we were supposed to meet at 6:45 and mine was like 6:50. And even though it was 5 minutes, I was like, Shrika, how are you're supposed to be setting the example. How are you late? And everybody else is going to be there, waiting on you. And I'm like, oh my goodness, Lord, just I'm sorry because I
Mm-hmm.
definitely could have left and I know I should have left. Just please don't let me hold, everybody else up. So as I'm saying these words and driving, I hear and see notifications coming through in the safest way possible. Notifications coming through. Oh, I'm stuck in traffic. Oh, I had to go do this and that. I end up being still 5 minutes late, but 20 minutes ahead of the next person coming in.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Something so
Yes.
little.
Yes.
So little. And I was all the way wrong. And that's another thing is we think, oh, because I was disobedient or because I did wrong, then now God, no, he looks to bless us. How many times do we forgive? Because our kids didn't clean the room, now we're not going to feed them? Like what?
That's right. And there are so many lessons like that, so many moments like that. I have very, very vivid memories early in my professional days where I'll be, probably feeling stressed and feeling
Mm-hmm.
overwhelmed and not wondering if I was doing the right things. And
Mm-hmm.
back in the day when we had the gym clip papers together. And so I would have like a stack of papers and I just take out a stack of gym clips and I just put it on my desk. And there
Mm-hmm.
were several moments where I would have just enough paper for just enough paper clips. In those moments, I'm like, you know what? You see me. God, you see me. So even in those moments, those small, mundane moments, he's
Yeah.
there. He's there.
Yeah, I love that. I love that example. And yeah, we get so, and you even hear other people, kind of say things to, I can't think of the word I want to say, but somebody else may say a prayer or something small. Why are you bothering the Lord with that? You don't
Mm.
no, he is my father. So
He's
that's
concerned
what
about
he's
me.
here. Okay. He is concerned about you. He wants the best for you. And like you were saying to your daughter, which I love how you took that opportunity to give her and teach her, give into her, pour into her and teach her more about God. Because I will say, I try to do the same thing. And there are times where I'm like, you don't want to hear this. But
Mm.
then there are those moments now I'm like, well, it doesn't matter. I need them to hear this. I need them to know. I need when those moments when they're faced with certain decisions for this to be the thing that pops in their head for them to remember it. And if
Mm-hmm.
there's anything that there's no bigger compliment than to have anybody, your child, your peers, your friends, or whatever, roll their eyes because you speaking about God.
Mm-hmm.
There's no bigger compliment because then you know that you are pleasing to him and ultimately his opinion is the only one. What
Absolutely.
he thinks of you is the only opinion that matters.
Hmm.
The
That's
only
right.
one.
That's right. But it's so easy to get distracted and to
Yep.
be concerned about what other people
Yep.
think and how
Yep.
this is going to look and this and that. But as long as you know, again, that your heart is aligned with God's heart, then you should be in the clear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it starts to pour out in other things that they say. And people, when they're in trouble, who do they call? Because they know you have that relationship and they may not be where you are, but they know she's going to pray for me or she's going to give me a consoling word or it may tell me exactly what I need to hear. So while on one hand, they may be rolling their eyes, you're one of the first people that they'll call when they're in need of help because they know and they see it in you and they see how things work out in your favor. And it's not because you made the VIP list, so to speak.
Right. 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 Because
It's
there's
because
also that strong soldier
right.
list that you're also on. So no. Yeah.
Exactly. Like it's we all have the same access. It's just are you
Hmm.
utilizing that access? Are you taking advantage of it and not just when you need something?
Right.
Because
Right.
sometimes even if you don't, how again, wives, mothers, how many times have we done things and have done we clean, we cook, we've done all of these different things. And a lot of times that sometimes you're like, goodness gracious, if I could get a hand. But there are other times where you may just be like, I'm just doing what I need to do. And you're not even thinking about it. But in
Hmm.
either scenario, all one person, it doesn't matter who the person is, has to do is say, thank you. And it's like, huh, it
Yeah.
made everything else worth it.
Worth it. Yep. Yes. Yes. Because you would have done it anyway, but
Yep.
it makes doing it just that much easier.
Yep. Yep. It
And
really
God wants the same from us.
exactly, exactly. And not every time you need something. We all know those people. They only call us when they need something. They only call us when they want something. So when you get a text from them, when their phone rings for them, it's like, what do they need from my life now? And we don't want God to be like, okay, what do you need? Well, he knows, but still, oh, you need me now. So now you want to reach out. Now you want to talk to me. But when I was trying to talk to you when you were in the car the other day, when I was asking for just a few minutes of your time before you left the house the other morning, when I was trying to tell you, don't go that way, go this way. And you
Mm-hmm.
didn't want to listen.
Mm-hmm.
But luckily, he is not man. He is not flesh like we are because he's still going to forgive and he's still going to make space for you and make room and listen. Where I may be like, I'll call you later because I don't even want to talk. Yes, I see the phone ringing and no, I'm not.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely.
love it. I love it. But I really feel like this is just something to remember because we go through and do so much and we want our, credit. What was it? Maybe about a month or so ago, my husband had gotten sick and he was in the hospital for a few days. And one of his cousins called and she was like, I'm just calling to check on him, see how he's doing. I was like, he's doing fine. And she was like, but really, how are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm okay. She was like, because I know for him to be there, three kids at home, they're not driving. So you're going back and forth trying to get them to their things and this and being there with him. And it wasn't about me. And I didn't expect her to ask anything about me, but talking about feeling seen at that
Yes.
moment and just like, being able to take
Mm-hmm.
that breath.
Yes. It's important because again,
Yes.
you're gonna do those things anyway. But
Yeah.
uh, it's amazing how we feel to be seen by a human,
Yeah.
and then just to the nth degree, like immeasurable degree, to
Mm-hmm.
know that God sees us. And I
Mm-hmm.
truly believe that He speaks through other people to
Mm-hmm.
let us know that He's concerned about us, to let us
Mm-hmm.
know that He's sending people our way to remind us that it's okay to take a moment, that it's okay to take a
Yep.
breath, that it's okay to be stressed
Yep.
because life is hard.
Yeah.
Life is hard, and we
Yeah.
need this comparison as well.
Absolutely. It's okay to have those days. You want to cry, go ahead, get it out. But
Mm-hmm.
remember when it's all said and done, that through the crying and through the tears and through the joy, he was there. He is there. He's always there. Not even speaking past tense and present tense. He is always there. A lot of times he's also in that place where he's waiting for you to get to.
Yeah.
So not
Yes.
only is he here because he is omnipotent, he is
Mm-hmm.
everywhere, he is all knowing, ever present.
Mm-hmm.
And he he is so magnificent. He can be here where you are in your space right now, in whatever space that is, but also in that space where he is waiting for you to get to. And
Yes.
that can be a physical space, that can be a spiritual space, whatever it is. It can be an emotional space of, you know what, you keep trying to hold all this in. I want you to let it go. I want you to release it. So he is able to be in all those spaces at the same time. And
Mm-hmm.
we need to stop, as you said, putting our man made, fleshly, limited limits on God. He is all
Mm-hmm.
knowing, He is all powerful, He has all of the answers. Because we also do that. We do pray. And then we're like, but he never answers me. Well, have you hushed? Did you like take
Right.
5 minutes and just have
Yes.
you ever driven
Yes.
in silence? I can't drive in silence, but it's enough going on in my head where
Mm-hmm.
I can absolutely drive, but it's not really even in silence because sometimes I feel like I'll do it. Sometimes I don't think about it and I may just be doing it, but there are other times where I do it on purpose because I'm like, you know what, Lord, I really need to hear from you now. And so I just want to
Mm-hmm.
take this opportunity while I'm alone in this space,
Yes.
sitting in a car rider line, sitting in traffic before I go into this meeting, take these moments in this space for you to really just impart into me and really just tell me what it is you want me to do. And it doesn't mean, it may not be for a particular thing. It may just, what is it you want me to do in my relationship with you?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you need that clarity because we do a lot of talking. We do a lot of
Mm-hmm.
talking. We do a lot of asking. We do a lot of pleading. We do a lot of bargaining. But it's like,
Mm-hmm.
but how often do we just take that time and just say, Lord, I'm here.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm here. And if you don't feel, I did it a few Sundays ago, shortly before what happened with my daughter, my youngest daughter with my oldest daughter. That morning, I said I wanted to be more intentional about just listening. I wasn't going to him with an ask. I wasn't going to him even to thank. I was just like, hey, God, I'm here. Thank you for everything, but I'm here. I don't want anything. I'm just open. And in that moment, I didn't hear anything. I was like, okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But later on that morning, like before we even left the house, I was talking with my daughter, my oldest daughter, and she's just went back to school and things like that. And she had been saying everything was fine, but I could kind of tell, you could tell as a
Yeah.
mama.
Yep.
I was like, so really, how are you feeling? And then the tears started coming, and she was upset because she didn't have friends in her class and things like that. But had I not been intentional with God earlier that morning, it would have just been a normal
Yeah.
morning, just fast, 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 on to the next breakfast, close, out the door.
Yep.
But because I was intentional with him, I was able to be intentional with her. So it's all full circle for me.
It is. And that was an amazing example, the perfect example. Because sometimes too, we're like, well, I don't have time. I don't have time to pray. But you just spent 10 minutes on Instagram. So how many of us pick up our phones? We open our eyes and go and grab our phones.
Yeah.
So you have the time, make the time. And what I've learned is as we make the time, our desire to have that time will increase because that's a lot of people, I want to read the Bible, but it's boring and I don't, I get lost, I fall asleep, all of these different things. Well, one, get a translation. There are so many different translations. Maybe find one that fits more to your type of reading that you like to see
Yeah.
and work your way up to something else. But also just make that one commitment. I'm going to make sure I say a prayer every morning before I get up, or I'll try to make sure I read one Bible verse. I'm not even going to say a whole chapter, a Bible verse a day, or stick with that one for the week and
Mm-hmm.
just allow God to tell me what it means for me. It's so many little ways. He is so accommodating for us and he's so patient with us. And there are so many ways that we can open up and really just give because all he asks for is us. And so there are
Mm-hmm.
many ways that we can just really give so that, and here's the funny thing. He wants our time so he can pour into us. He's not taking anything from us.
Mm-hmm.
He's just saying, give me a little bit of time and I can help you in ways you would not have even imagined. Just give me a
Yes.
little time.
Yes.
Just give me a little bit of your time. Just talk to me sometimes. Just read my words sometimes. It's the application of life. I'm trying to tell you how to live. Read my word. Spend some
Mm-hmm.
time with me. Talk about
Mm-hmm.
me like you talk about your kids, like you talk about your man,
Yeah.
talk about me like that to other people. That's all I ask. And I will bless you. I will be there for you.
That's right. And just like we put limits on God, we let the distractions of the world allow us to make excuses. And like they're
Yep.
like
Yep.
technology, there's so many things. You can listen to the Bible in your ear while you're reading a physical copy, whether it's the
Mm-hmm.
NIV, whether it's whatever
Mm-hmm.
translation you want to have. Like there's no shortage. You can watch a YouTube video with someone talking
Mm-hmm.
about the Bible and breaking down the verses. Like
Mm-hmm.
choose your medium.
Yep.
Whatever you prefer is out there, but you got to go look for it. And
Yeah.
so you can't allow yourself to get stuck in again limiting yourself as you're limiting God as well.
So I like to try to provide a scriptural reference to our
Yeah.
conversations. And the one that's sticking out for me today is Luke 137 that says, with God, nothing shall be impossible. Stick with him. Make him your
Mhm.
ace, your plan A, your, BFF. Stick with him.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
nothing will be impossible, meaning you can do he will allow you to say and do things and learn things and expand you. Even if we just think about where we are right now versus 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and how even though we may have had some moments of wilderness in our journeys, and even if you may be in one now, just think about how every time what the other side looked like
Mhm.
because we lean and depend on him. And what better way to do it by choice and come to him and surrender wholeheartedly than for him to have to show you who he is through other means,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
through the challenges, through the things, because the challenges and things will come. But if you have him, it hits different. It hits completely different. If you have
Mhm.
God, because the challenges will come, the the moments, the attitudes from you and to you, all of those things will come. But when you know that you have God on your side, when you know you have him in your corner and he is right there, all of those things, those mountains become molehills. And you
Mhm.
can ask for little things like your jerk chicken plate for lunch, and he will,
Yeah. Yes.
and he will hear you. So, Brittany, I thoroughly enjoyed our conversation. I thank you so much for your great examples and being that example, and just for sharing here with us today.
Thank you, Sharika. This has been a blessing. It interestingly, this conversation has been confirming a lot of things that I've already been thinking about. It's been on my heart. So thank you for your obedience in reaching out to me and in making this platform even available.
Amazing. So if you all are interested in catching up with Bryttani, having your own amazing conversation, or even guidance in your career, I will make sure that her contact information is included in the show notes, as well as where you can find her website and social platforms and all the things. Allow the blessings of God to be the blessings for you. So thank you, and until next time.
Thank you.
Hey, friend, if this episode stirred something in you, don't keep it to yourself. Make sure you subscribe to She Leads Boldly so you never miss an episode. And let's stay connected. Join our growing community of faith-driven powerhouse women where you'll find real talk, encouragement, and tools to fuel your journey. Oh, and I've created something special just for the bold, faith-driven women like you. An ebook, When You Know His Name. Discover identity, intimacy, and the power of prayer through the names of God. This ebook is designed to equip and encourage you to lead with clarity, courage, and conviction in every space God assigns you to. Available now on Amazon. And if you're ready for deeper clarity, I would love to personally walk with you. I offer a one-on-one session called Your Path to Purpose and Power, and it's to help you break through the overwhelm and realign with what God is actually calling you to in this season. Whether it's burnout, boundaries, or fresh vision, you don't have to figure it out alone. All links are in the show notes. Oh, and one last thing. I would love to hear from you. What questions are you carrying this season? What topics would serve your walk, your work, your womanhood right now? Send me a message or an email, because this podcast is for you, and I want every episode to speak directly to where you are. Remember, you don't have to choose between your faith, your family, and the calling on your life. God's grace makes room for it all. So until next time, stay anchored in purpose, covered in grace, and always ready to rise. Talk soon, friend.